I can do, sir, please. Don't do this to my wife, man. You don't know what you're doing to my family, man. Please. I'm begging you. I'm literally where am I going to put my feet? Sir, I'm begging you, please. Please.
That is not a crime, and you're telling me to get out of my vehicle.
Do you know where Lieutenant Mingus is right now? So, no, he's not in the building?
I don't know. I'm not.
What do you know? I'm not telling you nothing else until I find out who's driving that vehicle. You not a supervisor, bro. I need somebody higher than you right now.
If you didn't know, I went to the police academy and they kicked me out.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Spit me on my face right now. She spit in my face.
Today's video takes us to Woonsocket, Rhode Island, where we find Josh the Jackwagon. And I believe it's his wifey. Oh man, if it is, ooh-wee, I don't know what happened to her. You take a look and let me know what you think though. But at any rate, yeah, they want another apology. Josh's feelings get hurt all the time, don't they? Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy!
What's going on, guys? AFA at the City Hall in the city of Woonsocket, Rhode Island. Someone spotted us already, so they're off to tell everybody. I'm with 702 and you. Employees only, huh?
At the city of Woonsocket.
Now, is that Josh's wifey? The Banana Anna? Is that her? I'm just not used to seeing her with her hair pulled up, I guess, and glasses on. Yeah, I'm not going to say she looked good here, but she looked better than what that picture is. Let's carry on.
Hell, you should keep the door closed. It's not my fault. I didn't come in, did I? So maybe you should focus time on asking people what they need and stop being a jerk, and this type of stuff won't happen to you, right?
That's not,
Okay.
that's not what we do.
Okay. All right. In the law office. I don't know why.
Good morning. Not much.
I don't know, good people. That just doesn't look like his wifey, does it? Like I said, I'm not used to seeing her with glasses on and her hair all pulled up. Yeah, I thought that was somebody's mother. Of course, look at Josh. He's no bathing beauty either. They're a perfect match for each other, aren't they? They do make a lovely couple. Wonder if they'll have kids.
Oh, look at those old relics.
Oh, what you got there?
These is the law department. You're not allowed in here.
Oh.
So
this one I can go in because there's no
No.
sign on this door yet.
This is the
Ma'am, don't touch me.
this is the lawyer's office. Please don't go in
Well, there was no sign there, was there, ma'am?
Well, now there
Do you like
is.
putting your hands on people? Oh, the sign fell.
my God.
Do you like putting your hands on people, ma'am? Is that like a pastime? Is it like baseball for you? So
Completely rude.
in front of the law department is where you decide you should put your hands on people? Another piece of tape there, ma'am. There you go.
Wow.
But you didn't like that. You didn't have one of your stupid little signs in that door, so I was able to go in and you put your hands on me, didn't you, ma'am?
Now I ask you, good people, this guy is the size of a Mack truck. Do you think that 150-pound lady would make a dent in him? Oh, I'm telling you, the guy is just, well, I don't know. He's like the Kool-Aid guy. I tell you what, though, man, you better go to Victoria's Secret and get you a better bra. Yeah, that one's not doing so good.
What's your name? Now you can be a part of this video. What's your name?
Wow, that's rude. Oh my God.
I gotta find the mayor's office.
Holy smokes.
What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Your name? What's your name?
Boy, I am say good morning. I asked for a complaint.
Try a time. ¿Cómo te llame? No?
Smoke.
Do you have a name? Alright, well, let's just go to the clerk's office. I'm gonna get her name, all of her information. I'm gonna blast it all over the internet. Then we'll go to the mayor's office.
Very professional man.
I tell you one thing, Josh, your blurring tool isn't very good, or else you just don't know how to use it. Because clearly you wanted to block this lady's identity. Did she tell you, if I see my picture on YouTube, I'm going to sue you? And you got scared and took it out? I mean, what's the deal? Now you want to go to the mayor's office and complain. What a sissy boy.
5 minutes later.
I don't know who to check with. The lady on the 3rd floor just put her hands on me. So I'm kind of done like walking around trying to find someone to help. I don't know if there's a representative of the mayor's office or a city administration that could come down and speak to me.
I could try them.
That would be wonderful. Thank you very much. Came out of the engineering office and she has these, she's running down the hall. She's out of my way. She pushes right past me and she's got these 3 little pieces of paper printed out that says authorized personnel only. Now I'm a big fan of, if you don't like someone to go somewhere, you should have a sign that says you can't go there,
Right,
which is
right.
fine.
Yep.
So she's putting up her little signs. So I say, okay, she wants to demarcate private areas, let her do it. So I go to open the door to an office that is not demarcated at all. And I think she must, I don't know if she realized that she forgot one or she had only in that moment decided that she wanted to have the sole authority to demarcate an area, a non-public forum.
Perhaps Josh is taking a vocabulary course. Demarcate. That's a pretty big word. Demarcate. 3 syllables. Yeah, he's getting up there all right.
But she literally pushed me. She put her hands on me. She pushed me. And she was so frazzled, she went to go stick the sign on the door, and then it fell. So at that point, I asked her name because I don't walk around putting my hands on anybody.
Right.
Because if I do, they usually require the attention of an ambulance afterwards. I don't like to put my I don't like to put my hands on people. We're in a
Besides, she's a lady. You don't
and
want
we're
to
in
do that either.
we're in a society,
Yeah.
right? So I just wanted to get her name firstly, so I could file a formal complaint. And I wanted to figure out why that happened. I mean, there's a reason that this gentleman's come out here. He's not like triggered. He's being nice. You're being nice. Everyone's being nice. And in turn, I'm being...
That's why we shouldn't be.
Exactly. And I'm being the same way. So is she. We came in here. And in fact, there were people getting a marriage license in here.
Yeah.
And if I really wanted to be an aggressor or trigger people, I could have come in and put the camera on them. But they're doing their business.
Right.
So you can ask her. I politely waited outside and didn't get them on film until they were done.
You notice how Josh the Jackwagon is trying to paint himself here as the good guy. We all know better than that. Josh is nothing but a jackwagon. And I use that word because I can't use the word I really want to. Yeah, let's carry on.
And then I came in to enter. I do things with the epitome of professionalism, so if something goes
Is
bad...
there something you're looking for? Do you want here at City Hall? You just trying to get some information?
He
Did
doesn't
you go?
need, they don't need it.
Huh?
He can just do what he's doing.
Yeah,
No, and I didn't know if he wanted something.
well, there was
I didn't know if
actually...
he came here because he wanted
I was
something.
actually... The only reason I came here is because the layout of the City Hall, someone sent me pictures, found the layout quite interesting. Going kind of from door to door in the street, and then it kind of goes up to... And in Massachusetts, they don't have courtrooms.
These were 2 buildings.
In City Hall. So, I'm obviously here for a First Amendment audit. But secondly, I found that cool. You don't. There's not many places you go where you have.
Maze around this
You haven't seen something before. I thought it was neat.
Josh, we know exactly why you're there. Why don't you just come clean and tell the good people you're there for clicks and views on your pitiful YouTube channel, boy? Because you can't find a regular job. Oh, it's really pitiful. Hey, let's get to the part where he wants an apology. Because that's really sad, Josh, that you need an apology from this woman.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
All right, so I understand what you're saying, and I understand why you're in the building and what you're doing, and I can't see from the video that she left-armed you, but I'm going to assume you have a witness that does it. If you want to do something with that, we can, pursue that.
I'm doing something right now. Listen,
I
I've gone
will-
through this
I
before.
will talk to her
But so
director.
I get the police.
Yep.
I have her camera angle.
Yep.
So I have enough evidence to prove battery. And then so if they charge her or if they summons her, then she's suspended.
Understood.
Pending.
And there's no reason to go
There
to that
doesn't need to
level.
be all that. If she's spoken to, listen, I'll offer an apology. If she'd like to apologize for putting her hands on me, I'm happy.
Can I go up and speak with her?
Of course.
Thank you.
If she doesn't, I'm not threatening arrest anyways. I'm not here for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Absolutely.
What's your name?
My name's Josh.
Josh, thank you.
Thank you.
Now, how many videos have we watched of this big lummox demanding an apology from a city clerk? Hey, has this guy ever been to a big city? I'm talking about a big city, like maybe Boston or Philadelphia or New York. And I want to see him go in the city hall in a big city. He always picks on these small towns and villages. Yeah, go to a big city and do this.
See, like, and people are going to roast me. They're going to be like, oh, she put her hands on you. We can see it. You need to call the police and ever charge. So, I mean, I kind of weigh the situation. I wasn't in fear. I didn't have any bodily harm. Now, she did violate RIGL 11-45-1, tumultuous or violent behavior, but I don't care. You know, like, it's about trying to bridge some gaps. And like you said, there's one person that did something negative throughout the whole building. That one person's actions shouldn't negate and penalize the rest of the people in here doing a good job. I don't know what her reasoning for that behavior was, but I'm happy to take an apology and just move on.
I would love to see the other camera angle, because we all know that Josh was barely touched. He might have been bumped into a little bit, but that's what they call assault. Of course, his little wifey doesn't upload very many videos on her new channel called, what is it called? Accountability Amplified or something to that effect. Yeah, man, I'm so sick of these frauditors.
A few minutes later.
You're okay with an apology?
Absolutely.
I want to use this as a teaching moment.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll even leave the camera here at the door.
That's cool. Both of them?
Yep. Yeah, no problem.
Josh, this is Jen.
Hi, Jen.
My name is Jennifer. If I intentionally touched you, I didn't mean it.
Thank you.
I apologize. I was trying to protect sensitive, personal information in the solicitor's office. That was my only intention.
Understood.
It was just a reaction.
I get, listen, your job as a public servant, my mom was one for 40 years, is to protect the people that live here.
And I was protecting the people that work here in the solicitor's office.
Nobody's allowed in that office, period.
No,
Well,
I
that's
don't
perfect.
even
We'll have
go
a sign
there.
It's
for that
perfect
one.
now that you have
But
the
I
sign.
don't go there.
Right.
So I don't think that anybody else should be going in an office like
Well, I'll
that.
tell you one thing, your quick actions save the day, because I'm one to say if there's not a sign on it, and it doesn't have a
access.
keycat entry, then I'm going in.
And we're gonna remedy
So-
that.
So you did good work.
Thank you.
So the crybaby punk got his little apology from the woman. I guess that makes him feel like a big man now. Yeah, let's listen to his final words on the matter, shall we? Roll that disgusting clip.
Guys, so we're here at Woonsocket, and of course we see this in a lot of videos where sometimes we'll have these negative reactions, and that kind of takes over the whole story. The whole story becomes about that negative reaction. And please take it from me that doesn't really necessarily explain the story of what happened. So I want to let you know that I'm standing here now with the city solicitor, and he's one of the attorneys
City
here.
assessor.
City assessor, excuse me. And we're going to be working together closely with myself, the mayor's office, to make sure that they get some training, of course, free of charge, and we can help them however we like. And he's, of course, been very amenable to doing whatever he could to make the situation right, as was the woman who kind of had this rough day. So take it from me, I've had my bad days and I've had to make it up. So this is how we bridge gaps. All right, guys.
What the hell is this boy babbling about? I don't know what's wrong with him. Here's a picture of him a long time ago when he was arrested. I think he looks rather debonair in handcuffs, don't you? Yes, indeed. Of course, that was, what, about 150 pounds ago? He's a big boy now, that's for sure. Hey, let's take a look at another video from Dr. Dave's archives. That's right, archives. Roll that clip.
Here we are at Marion County Courthouse. See how they do on practicing medicine without a license.
So what this idiot is referring to is the fact that to enter certain places you need to wear a face mask. Whether or not you agree with the face mask or the vaccine is not my concern. If you want to conduct business in this climate, you must wear a face mask. Just put it on, do what you have to do, and then when you go outside, you can throw the thing in the trash if you want to. Let's continue.
Signage on their doors. Hello.
You need to stop recording because they're not permitted. That's not permitted past this point.
Well, I don't think we're going to be going past this point because we're not putting masks on either. We were wondering if there's a deputy sheriff we could talk to here.
Regarding
you practicing medicine on us without a license.
Oh, yeah, we'll get a deputy up.
Thank you.
So we'll have to ask you to step back outside if you're not going to be masking them.
That's actually the problem right there, is that you're asking us that.
That will be on you. That's a personal decision.
Oregon law falls on individual responsibility.
Well, I'm not saying practicing medicine.
We're telling you, we read the law, practicing medicine without a license, and
Look, Frauditor, you and your girlfriend can leave if you don't want to wear a mask. In the words of another Frauditor, it's that simple, man.
it is exactly what you're doing. We're just letting you know. We're not coming after you. That's
Medicine without a license. There you go.
so if you offer, undertake to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any illness, disease, injury, infirmary, anything like that, you are practicing medicine without a license. Hello.
Can we step outside real quick, please?
We're actually in a public space right now, and we know our rights. We're all right here.
So-
We were going to ask you some questions
So
regarding
real
your
quick,
conduct.
unfortunately, in this courthouse, per the presiding judge's orders, there's no recording. If you want to record our
Well, she
conversation...
just told us that we were fine recording right here, just not past that point.
That's until we get here. You're not allowed to record in this building anywhere. So
Is there a law that says that?
if you guys want to step outside and I can have a conversation with you and you can record me all you want.
Is there a law that says that?
We're bringing the order right now.
No law.
No, law, because the orders have to be lawful.
It is a lawful order on behalf of the presiding judge.
Frauditors always like to debate the semantics of laws versus rules versus policies. Come on, get with the program. If you don't want to follow the rules of our society, maybe you could move to someplace like Somalia, where you could become a real freedom fighter. Oh, I think you'd like that.
Just because the judge says this is a lawful order does not make it a lawful order. That's up to you guys, actually, as the executive department to determine whether or not they're committing official misconduct, which is a violation of any statute of their office.
Okay, so there's a law that allows the presiding judge in charge of the courthouse to make that determination.
To make rules inapplicable within applicable provisions of law.
Courthouse, which Deputy Larson has that.
Okay, let's go ahead and see this real quick.
You can take it if you want. Here, you can have the copy.
Cool.
Can we step outside, folks?
This is actually a violation of your First Amendment rights. And the judge's orders, they have to follow all applicable provisions of law. And she didn't even actually cite the ORS law that she's getting the authority for this from. So there's no authority on this.
Okay.
So the law that you're referring to where she gets to make rules for the courthouse is ORS 1.002.
Now this dimwit is a real piece of work. After being shown the judge's order, he still wants to argue. What can you do with people like this? You're trying to be nice to them, but really, they need to be taken by the scruff of the neck and thrown out the door.
And in that law, it says within all applicable provisions of law, which includes Constitution, both constitutions. So another thing we're wondering is, why hasn't anyone caught that the mandate for the masks and the vaccines is unconstitutional and therefore illegal, which would be making her commit official misconduct and you guys failing your duties?
That's all up to interpretation, sir.
Okay, so
I'm here
We get
for
this
the
from you
rules.
guys all the time. You guys think that you can just interpret the law however you want to. It's written in clear, simple wording.
So we're
High
here
schoolers
for
can
the rules
understand it.
of this courthouse. Okay?
This is a public building.
okay, so
It is, but there's, just like any other public property, there's rules and laws that you have to abide by. So in this
Laws,
building,
yes. This
in
is
this
a place of
building,
public accommodation, right?
you cannot record in this building.
That seems fairly straightforward to me. No recording. Oh, go home. No, they're going to stand here for another 25 minutes and argue.
Unless you obtain written permission from the presiding.
We don't ask the
She's,
judge
she's
for our
happy.
rights.
She's happy to oblige by that, but there's a process to go through. Even the media goes through it every day. It's a process that everybody
well,
knows about.
we're not media. We're private persons with our natural rights under 174.030.
It doesn't change her directive in that order.
This is
She's not allowed to
case you
deprive a
haven't-
person of their natural rights without due process. So yeah, it is a violation. It's
She's
her
an
order is a
elected
violation of the
her-
law.
by the people.
Elected officials don't get to practice medicine without a license.
She's
Or
not
force
practicing
people
medicine.
into involuntary
We're
servitude.
just talking about the recording
Have you
license
read
right
the
now.
law on practicing medicine without a license? Do you know
I'm
what
not
that
a
is?
doctor, so I don't read the
You are,
practicing
well,
medicine.
you're a law officer. You should know what the law says about not practicing
Well,
medicine without a license.
it's a felony. So if someone practices medicine without a license, that's
Like I
an
said,
arrest.
I'm
You
here
have
for
to.
the rules in this building, guys.
Then
That's all.
what about the laws? Those are
So part of the problem
Irrelevant.
with I'm here for the duties in this building and I'm just following orders is per your department policies, you are not supposed to follow unlawful orders. If you're
Wow, the Frauditors certainly threw out a lot of information there. Talked about what? Practicing medicine without a license, talked about due process, talked about depriving them of their natural rights. Oh, what else can they talk about? Well, let's see.
given an unlawful order, you're actually supposed to arrest the person giving you such order because that is official misconduct. You guys are officials and you're representatives of an official. So if
What's
your
your
official or
self-therapy?
another official gives you an unlawful order, that is a violation of any statute of their office because they're attempting to coerce you by making you act in a way that is illegal when they're making you think it's legal.
So my question for you is,
So we're wondering why.
What is your business in the courthouse? What can we help you with today? Because we can't allow you to go in the courthouse while you're recording. Okay.
Okay.
Also, per the presiding judge's orders, we can't allow you in the courthouse without a mask. So
that
if you're
there is the
starting to
problem.
if you're starting to disrupt the business of the courthouse by your conduct, the judge is willing to hold you in contempt and have you taken to jail. Now, that's none of our intentions. Okay.
I realize
like I
that.
said,
I don't think that's your intentions.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be lovely if the frauditor could be held in contempt of court. Then he could be arrested, file a complaint and a lawsuit, and possibly get some go-away money. Oh, this sounds perfect.
We're just here. So
we're not up here to harass you, man. That's
I
really not
know,
what it's about.
and we're honestly not here to harass you either. We have been going around to every courthouse and every county and asking why there is so much discrepancy in reading the law. If the law is supposed to be enforced, it should be enforced in one manner the entire time, indiscriminately. Otherwise, it's discrimination. If it's not indiscriminate, it's discrimination. And so we're wondering how there could possibly be interpretations of the law for 36 different sheriffs and all of their deputies, the police chiefs, all of their police officers. How can there be so many different interpretations of the law when the law says one very simple?
Notice how the deputy looks at his watch. He's just about had it with this yahoo, and he's ready to put him out on his ear. Oh, we can only wish.
That's not what this is about.
Well, the law isn't really up for debate. It's actually very clear. It says no law, so that's very specific. No law shall in any case whatever control the free exercise and enjoyment of religious opinions or interfere with the rights of conscience.
So do you
Your
think
right of
that-
conscience is your conscientious objection in Oregon. That's your right to say no to anything, medical devices, treatments, prophylactic measures, etc. You don't have to accept any medical treatment or testing or anything from anyone.
So we're not here about any medical issues.
No, we are actually wondering if we would be denied access to the courthouse now that you know this without a mask.
Now that we just told you the law.
presiding judge and the chief justice,
So do they?
we cannot allow you
They
in.
get a made up laws?
That is an order above us.
They
You
get
need
a break
more.
of law?
Just a second. I've let you
Hold on,
guys speak.
just let him finish.
So that would be an issue that you can take up with legislation, senators, that kind of stuff. But
Well, it's criminal,
as far
so
as
that's
here-
why we're asking sheriffs about it, because you guys are, the first duty of a sheriff is to arrest and commit all persons for breach of the peace and public offense, and official misconduct is a public offense law. So, and when you don't do that, you become criminally liable for the conduct of those persons having a legal right to stop them.
I'm sure you're watching this, wondering much like I did, how long can this man continue to yammer? Believe it or not, I have edited out 17 minutes thus far. Let's continue.
I'm sorry. Like I say, we're only here for this business. So
you
not
took
gonna
an
be allowed
oath,
in.
right?
You're not going to be allowed in.
You took an
with the
oath?
camera.
So look, if you guys are here to see if we're not going to let you in
Did you
without,
take an oath?
without mask, hey, let's talk about what we're really doing here.
Well, the oath is your contract,
not
so
here
that's
to-
why we're clarifying
We're
that.
not here to debate. We're here to let you know. That,
I'm
no,
not
you're
debating
gonna-
anything. I know this
Are you
very
going to
well.
let me speak? Because we're not going to let you in the building without a mask, and we're not going to let you in while you're recording per the presiding judge's order. That's all I got for you, man.
Okay, well, I just want to let you know that I'm not going to let you in without a mask statement. That is criminal conspiracy
So you're threatening to take
to commit coercion and extortion.
wearing a mask and for recording.
Just to let you
or
know.
The judge's
If
orders,
you're-
even though they're unlawful.
If you're interrupting the business of the courthouse, the presiding judge can hold you in contempt and have you taken into custody. Like I said, we don't want to do that.
So,
you're perfectly willing to
so,
arrest me. So if I needed to get into the courtroom, and I'm well within my rights to go into the courtroom without a mask on, would you arrest me?
At this
Oh, what the hell. I love when these bloody frauditors give hypothetical situations. If I do A, will you do B? Well, I tell you what, why don't you see if you can do that, and then you can be fitted with a nice pair of shiny bracelets.
At this point in time, you're not, because you're recording and you're not wearing a mask, and that's
if
the requirements of this bill.
forget the recording, just the masks, the mandate. That's what we're here to question about, is the mandate. Because that is unlawful. That is.
So real quick, let's step outside and have that conversation, so you're not violating anything.
Well, we already know we're not violating our First Amendment rights. The judge is.
I'm just trying to work with you guys.
We're not.
Coerce us? Is that what you're doing?
We're not trying to coerce
That's not coercion.
That is actually coercion. I have it right.
What would you do the definition?
We're just trying to come to a
Coercion, unlawfully use or abuse a person's position as a public servant by performing some act within or related to official duties, or by failing or refusing to perform some act within or related to official duties, in such a manner as to affect some person adversely. Now, that's very general. Adversely just means negatively whatsoever. It means if we don't want to go outside against our rights, you don't have the authority to force us outside against our rights, and if you do, that is coercion.
We're having someone come up and might be able to help you a little bit further, because
You
we've
guys
given you
know
our
what color
answers.
of law is?
So there's also a
By
bunch.
saying rights under people under the color of law.
Hold on.
You're
We've got
risking your qualified
somebody
immunity right
above
now.
us to come up here and talk to you. Okay?
So do you guys know the Miranda rights? Right?
One has to wonder that in another life, in another universe, this guy could have possibly made a good litigator. Yeah, maybe. Now he wants to talk about the Miranda warning. Nobody said that you're under arrest, because that's the only time the Miranda warning is read. But please, continue with your stupid speech.
You know where that comes from? The claim and exercise of a constitutional right cannot be converted into a crime. And it says no law shall in any case whatever control the free exercise of religion or interfere with the rights of conscience. So that's very easy for you guys to understand as reasonable belief and probable cause for a constitutional violation.
This is your contract. The Constitution.
We are holding our public servants accountable is what we're doing, because you guys aren't holding yourselves accountable according to your own websites.
Okay. So how are you looking to accomplish that today?
Well, we would like straight answers, honestly, on what gives judges the authority to override constitutional rights without due process.
So, the judge has the ultimate authority on what happens inside this courthouse, and
Within all applicable provisions of law.
and she has asked us to escort you out of the building. So we're not going to discuss this anymore.
What's the judge's name? Who's asked us that? Who told you that?
Please leave the building.
What was the judge's name for that?
Tracy Kroll.
What was it?
Tracy what?
Kroll.
Prawl?
Yeah.
And can I
Okay.
see your faces 1 second so I can identify you?
We're indoors and we're abiding by the order. We have to wear a mask inside.
Can we get your DPSST numbers?
Frauditors always like to get names and badge numbers. Now, I don't know what the hell kind of number he just requested, but not to worry, sonny boy. It will be all printed out on the incident report because you're about to be trespassed.
Donald and Larson.
I can give you my alpha number.
Your DPSST numbers are required disclosure.
I have no issue.
Oh, it is. It's public record. When you're interacting with a public servant, they're required to identify themselves.
Right.
That's part of their identification.
Names are identification. So
DPSST numbers, please.
Or badge numbers.
Please leave.
Or your identity, so we can tell who you really are.
And what is your name?
My name is Lieutenant Jay Bergman. I'm asking you to please leave the premises.
Okay, well, even asking nicely is still coercion.
Still coercion.
Thank you.
Can you please see your faces?
You guys should really look up 166.715 and 720.
So you're threatening. We're leaving because we're being threatened.
Watch yourself on the door. There's children coming inside.
We're being threatened.
Most Frauditors have very basic or no editing skills at all, so the way this story is told is haphazard in the original video, but apparently the Frauditors left the courthouse and they have returned later with more documentation that states they're allowed to be there. So let's jump into this part of the video and see what happens.
Here we are back in Marion County. We brought some more documents for these guys to read and try to get the deputy out here. The sheriff out here, since the deputies wanted to attempt to practice medicine on us without a license, coerce, and extort our rights.
So we didn't realize that the sheriff's department's in this building, and we need a deputy.
Okay, so let's get you through here. You have anything in your pocket? Okay. So.
A few moments later.
Into the building without masks on this time. We're going down to the sheriff's office, but I think it might be a trap.
We just need to talk to the sheriff to file a criminal complaint.
Okay, so we don't have deputies here to take reports. This is the administration's office. You have to call them to non-emergency dispatch.
Yeah, we tried that, and we're still waiting for a response, and we need to talk to the actual sheriff. It's regarding some of his supervising members.
Okay, I don't think the sheriff is in, but let me see if someone else is in. I can talk to you. Can I get your name?
Did you just ask for the Frauditors' names? They remain anonymous because they're idiots.
We really just prefer to talk to the sheriff if we could.
Like I said, I don't think he's in, and you would have to make an appointment. I'll see if his assistant is in.
Maybe that's
So, please stop recording. Please stop recording. Okay, thank you. So we've been through this already.
We're here to make a criminal report.
Okay. So, are you here to make a report or talk to the sheriff?
We'd like to file a criminal report, but we were denied access to even come down here last time. And this is a public accommodation, a public service.
Yeah. Please put masks on.
So that's what we were talking.
Do you have a medical exemption?
We have a religious exemption. I also have a medical exemption of disability.
So what is your medical exemption? Religious exemptions are not covered under the law. So
as I stated earlier, I'm not here to debate whether or not masks are practical or not. But if you are required to wear one inside a specific building, then just do it. What's the problem? These people have absolutely no business in this courtroom. They just want to push the envelope for clicks and views on their channel, and it appears to be working.
They're not. So
under what law?
The ruling from the governor as far as masks mandates.
Did you read the cited authorities on that OJ rule?
I know what our rules are, and the rules are that we have to have masks on in public places. So if you have a medical exemption,
Did you read
please
the public health orders, cited authorities to ensure that you guys were following the law?
If you have a medical exemption, you can be here without a mask. But without a medical exemption, a religious exemption is not going to work. That doesn't do it. That doesn't qualify. So here's the deal.
Is there a way that...
Are you still recording?
Of course he's still recording, Lieutenant, and his camera skills are not that good. I've had to write the image a couple of times, and I'll have to write it again in just a moment.
On this device.
Turn that off, please.
Sure.
Again, please leave
So
the
you're a
building.
law enforcement officer.
And what was your name again?
Please. Jay Bergman.
Can you please
Jay
identify
Bergman.
yourself?
Please leave. You may
Coercing
not
his
record.
duties, extorting our rights to access a public accommodation, which is the sheriff's office, where we are attempting to file a police report on practicing medicine without a license, which he is doing currently.
This law.
Please leave.
And now
Please leave.
he just touched
You
Amy.
may not be.
So that is an illegal
law-
assault and battery
I
under
did
Supreme
not
Court
touch her.
precedents.
This law.
I did not touch her. Thank you. Please
This
leave.
law. These are all laws you're breaking.
I hear you. Please
It's a
leave.
damn shame that you're in law enforcement and you don't know what the laws are.
Please
You would rather try and force me into involuntary servitude
No,
and
I'm
practice
trying to
medicine on
escort
me
you.
without a license.
Are you allowed to violate the Constitution?
Please
Are
leave
you?
the building.
Are you allowed to violate the
Please leave
Constitution?
the building.
Are you allowed to violate the Constitution?
As a law enforcement
building.
officer, are you allowed to violate
You're
the
going
Constitution?
to continue coercing us while not
Please
answering.
Leave the building.
While breaking all these laws.
You're not touching us
All
right
of
now
these.
because you know we're right, don't you?
Please
All
leave
of
the
these
building.
laws. You're breaking them.
Please leave the building.
Pardon me, Lieutenant, but you're dealing with a couple of idiots. That's right, idiots. The lowest on the IQ scale. They just can't comprehend anything.
A whole bunch of them.
You should look up 166.715 and 720 racketeering
currently on
activity
notice.
unlawful.
Please leave the building.
You are violating very
Please
many
leave the
provisions
building.
of them right now.
Very many.
Please leave the building.
I'm going to continue recording for my own safety.
Please leave the building.
You don't need to keep repeating that. Laws.
How you doing, McDonald?
Good, how are you guys?
We're great. Thanks for the racketeering evidence. Good luck. She's pissed. It's understandable. I got over being pissed off about it, but for anyone else attempting to use public services, it would be very irritating to not be able to use public services, such as the ones that are supposed to protect you, yet they force you out when you're trying to make the police report on the conduct that they're conducting.
These two dimwits have been asked numerous times to leave the building, yet they remain. What is so difficult about leaving the building? Only a bird brain can answer that for us.
Do you want
What do you mean, sure?
There's a legal process.
Yeah, so it's called filing a police report, and we're trying to.
We've been trying to do this.
So would you like to take down the report?
That's not what I do here. You can call our non-emergency dispatch number.
Do you take
Are you a
reports?
sworn?
Any of you
Are you
guys know how to
you're a
do
sworn
your job?
deputy, aren't you?
Any of you?
At this point, you guys have been asked to leave the building. So if you would like to contact our non-emergency dispatch line.
We
We've
did.
already done that. We're waiting for somebody.
Okay.
None of you guys can take the report?
Not right now, no.
You guys are hindering prosecution right now.
Please leave the building. If you'd like
Is
to
that all you
comply
want
with
to
that
say?
request.
This is obstruction. This is obstruction of governmental justice, and it can be performed by public servants.
Criminals don't want to have discussions when they're being criminals.
Thank you.
You're all under private person's arrest according to 133.225 under constructive restraint. Any further activity is evading and resisting. Good luck.
You're now fugitives and impersonating a police officer. All of you.
Well, there you have it, folks. Remember, these are the same two idiots that were arrested in one of my previous videos for assaulting a cookie store owner. You can see they have no common sense, either one of them. If you enjoy watching idiots, imbeciles, and morons like these make a complete fool of themselves, please subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks so much for stopping by. Cheers to that.
I've actually studied English, and I have over a 400 level education in English. I'm not sitting down. I refuse to sit down. I refuse. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. Big tough guy. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. You can come try to make me. You're welcome to try to make me. Take a swing. Take a swing.
What is the reason for calling the officers here?
No reason
I'm really unhappy that somebody did this to me.
I'm going to arrest you for trespassing in a minute.
On public property?
Yeah, we're asking you to leave and you're not leaving. That's trespassing.
She's right in my face, guys. You can't come up and touch me like that.
You don't have permission to film me in any space.
I don't need permission to
Yes, you
record
do.
you in public, man.
Actually,
No, that's
you
the
do.
law.
Oh, is that like a law?
It's against the law.
Oh, what law is that? Funny, because I've never heard about that. I pay for that uniform, I pay for that car, I'm the taxpayer, right? You work for me, right? You're just a little guy. You're just a little guy. You work for me. You are a public servant. You are a public servant. You work for me.